Today's how to build is on Ennard from Five Nights at Freddy's sister location. Hello guys, this is Knight here, and this is a brand new LEGO building tutorial. And last time it was Funtime Freddy, and this time we are continuing with the sister location theme, and this is, in fact, as you can see, Ennard. I'm really proud of how he turned out, especially his head. He does have functional faceplates, really cool. I just love how he turned out. I think he's very accurate to the game. And here in this video, obviously, I'm going to show you how to build him. So, let's just jump right into this. Alright, so, like Funtime Freddy, when I like to start with my tutorials, I like to first begin by building his legs. So, as you can see, I have one leg over on the left here. So, we're basically going to build a, just another one of those. Also note that since Ennard is pretty much an endoskeleton, or I guess a mix of endoskeletons, I like to just mix up the gray in him, the shades of gray. You can use all dark gray or light gray, whichever one you prefer. I like to just kind of mix it up. Plus, it makes finding pieces quite a bit easier. So, to start off on this leg, you first want a 2x2 circle plate, and then 2 1x1 with clip going like that, and you want to stick them under on the 2x2, just like that. And on the other side, you just want a 1x2 right there. And then you want to just take a jumper plate and whatever type of gray you're using, put that there. And then you want to take, in this case, I decided, I'm just kind of like alternating different shapes just because he's got like wires and everything going all over the place. So on this side, I decided to go with a square plate, and then a circle plate, and then another square. I figured that gives some good shape to him, or you can even twist that if you want to. On this one, I went with 2 circle plates, and then another circle plate, and then a cylinder brick. But again, you can just do whatever you want. And then, I chose for a Travis brick. I figured that gives some good shape to him. However, I know those are kind of hard to come by, so if you don't have that, then you can just maybe put a circle plate or something there. And then, I went with a upward slope, and then just a 1x2 brick. I like this sort of, I guess, jagged brick. I'm not sure what these are called, but they're like zigzagged on the sides. I think this is a good way to add some texture in. So put that there, and then you just want another jumper plate right on top. So you basically want to build 2 things. They don't have to be identical. They can be like mixed up shades of gray like mine is. However, something I did like to do with this leg is I have this Erling brick right here. So basically, I like to add some, I guess, kind of a dangling eyeball. So this is what I did. So I took an antenna piece, and I stuck one on backwards, and I just kind of slid that all the way down. And then I took one of these 1x1 rounds with a hole in it in transparent blue. I got that from an Iron Man set. And then stick that on there. That's basically kind of just to show an eyeball just kind of hanging there, because he does have a lot of different eyeballs just dangling off of him. And then I just took one more antenna piece and put it there. And then I want to stick that onto the Erling brick, and then he just kind of dangles there. So I thought that was a really nice representation of just kind of the eyeball that he has dangling on his leg. And now, setting those off to the side for a second, then you just want to take a 2x3 plate in gray or dark gray, and then 2 1x2 plates, and then flip that back, and then just I like this grilled tile, but you can use a normal tile if you want, and then another tile, and then a jumper plate, and then you can just connect those together. And if you want to do his pose, you can actually move one leg forward and then twist that around, and then you can push the other leg one back. It's kind of a good way to do his sort of walking pose. But anyways, so those are his legs. And now that those are complete, we're going to move on to the torso. Alright, so now for the torso, I'm just alternating a bunch of different like shapes and pieces to add texture and coloring. So I'm using multiple shades of gray with different types of pieces with different textures because he is kind of a whack when it comes to texturing. So basically to start off though, he wants a gray 2x3 plate, and then underneath that you just want to center a 1x2 plate. That's going to be how you connect it to the legs. And then you want to take basically a brick, like 1 brick tall of 2x3. So it can be a 2x3 brick or 2 1x3 bricks. This is what I'm doing. I guess a Technic axle brick, and then a cylinder brick, and then just a plain brick right there. And then for the next layer, you just want to do basically another layer of brick. So I like, again, one of these kind of zigzag tile bricks. Stick that there. And then I take, where'd it go? And then I just take another 1x2 brick basic. And then, once again, I take a 1x1 with a hole in it. And then I just basically did the same thing I did for his right leg with the antenna pieces. This is to show another dangling eye he has, kind of just sitting down right there. So, again, I thought it was kind of a nice representation for that. And then on top of that, you just want to do another layer of brick. So, let's do that. And then kind of mix and match grays here. Actually, wait, I had it like this. There we go. And then you just want to take another 2x3 plate. And then you want to take a, it's a 1x2 with the 3 bars. You could do the other one, but this one I think is much better for connecting the arm. And also I'm using these 2 kind of mechanical arm pieces. This is kind of just to represent some like dangling and, you know, just wires that are just kind of all over the place on him. So I thought that was a good way to do that. And then I took a 1x2 with a bar on the side, and then I took a 1x1 with a clip on it, and I put a flower piece on the underside of that. That's basically to represent his button. You can also just do a plain 1x1 round if that's all you got, or if that's just what you prefer. And then basically you put that right there. Now on the other side, you want to do another 1x2 with clip, or with a bar. This time I went with a minifig hand, and then this is a 1x1 with clip with an antenna attached to it. Again, just to kind of represent some wires. They're really just all over the place, so multiple ways you can represent the wires. This is just what I'm going with. And then what I did is another 2x3, and I put let's put that there. And then I put a jumper plate on the top, like that. And then I put a 1x1 round there for texture. And then I'm going to attach something in there in a second. And then over here, I just put 2 antennas for wires. There really are multiple ways that you can just represent the different wires and parts that are just kind of flinging off of him. But this is just the best way I found to do it. And then I took one of these handlebar pieces. You could use something else, but this is what I'm going with. I think it was a good way. It's kind of like a wire just kind of floating off right here. And then I took just a 1x1 with clip. Put that there. That was a great way to show some texture. And there you have his torso all complete. And now we can come and grab the legs and stick that on the top. And there you go. You have his legs and torso complete. Now I'm going to move on to his left arm. Alright, so now doing his left arm. So first you want to start off with, this is kind of an odd piece. It's like a bar, but with another bar attached at a 90-degree angle. So it's kind of weird, but very useful for this case. Then you want to take one of these barred clip connectors in gray or light gray, whichever one you have. And you stick that there. And then I just like, again, to show some wiring, just take a black minifig hand, or gray if you prefer to use that. But black to me is just, it's a lot easier to use because I have so much of them. So there's that right there. And then I took a 1x1 with the a clip, and then I go on like that, and then just put that on there. And then a gray flower piece, or 1x1 round there. And then another antenna piece. This is Because if you look at a stock image, he actually does have like one wire that like flings out all the way on the side of his arm. So I thought it was a good way to represent that. And then what you want to do is take a Technic pin going like that. And then take a 1x1 with clip, kind of stick that on there. So that's what you got. There's really multiple stuff, basically just to fill out his arm right here. This is what I'm going with, but there are multiple ways you can do that. Yeah, just to get the basic shape. So then a Technic axle barrel, I guess. I don't really know my Technic terms that well. And then you want to take one of these cylinder bricks, and then take a 1x1 pin, stick that in there, stick that on top. And then for his hand, I really am proud of how I did his hands here. So first, just a Technic, or not Technic, but a T-connector. And then you take 4 of these hand pieces. Or I guess they're weird. They're like shortened mechanical arms, but they work really well for his fingers. Because for one, they bend. And on top of that, they also have the things like on the ends of them, and then so that's like a great way to show like the bits of wires that are just kind of on the ends of his fingertips. So I thought that really worked out great. So just stick them on like that. You just want to stick that into that Technic pin right there, and then you just stick that into that little bar right there. And there you have his left arm done and completed. And despite all the stuff that he has on top of him, he actually does have like a great amount of motion right there. So there you go. That is his left arm complete. Now let's move on to the right arm. Okay, so his right arm is going to be very similar to his other arm. So again, one of these 90-degree Technic, or not Technic, but 90-degree bar pieces, and just stick that right there. And then I think I just went with this going right there in that way. I can't remember exactly how I built this one, but so yeah, that's where I put that. And then I went with a 1x1 round with a hole in it, black, gray, dark gray, whichever you got. Basically stick that there. And then I took 2 1x1s with clip with a glowing, or not glowing, but transparent circle piece on it. That's basically just to represent more of his eyes that are just kind of dangling onto his body. So you got that, you got that. And I think I took a minifig hand, put that kind of just over here. And then just another one of these axle barrels. And then just another Technic pin with a one of these pin barrels. Put that there. Stick that on there. And then you just want to take another T-connector with a bunch of these mechanical mini arms. Again, I'm really proud of how these hands turned out because they look so accurate to the real game. So that is how you make that. And then again, just take the body and attach it to that bar right there. Let's stick that. I want to make sure it's on top of this little wire that's dangling down right here. So, and once again, really good range of motion over here. And it kind of just goes up in between those 2 antenna pieces, which I think works really well. So, yeah, really great range of motion and really accurate in my opinion. So I'm proud of how that turned out. So now, finally, let's get to the good stuff, building the head. Alright, so now starting on Ennard's head. This is a little bit of a complex build I did here, but I am proud of it because I think it is really well done. I think it looks very accurate to the game, along with the rest of his body, so I'm proud of it. So to start off, you want to take 2 1x2 with a clip, just like that. Then you want to connect them with a 2x2 round under tile. There you go. Now flipping that around, you want 2 1x2s with a bar, just like that. And then you want I like this grill tile, but you can use a plain tile if that's all you got, or if that's just what you prefer. And then you want one of these. It's kind of weird. It's like a 1x2 bracket, but it's got like a four-studded bracket on it. So you want to stick that on the top there. And then you want to take a 1x2 teeth plate. That's what you're going to see when he opens his face plates. And then you just want a plain 1x2 tile going on top of that. And then on top of this, you want 2 1x2 plates. It's important that it's the one with like 3 different segments, not the other one. So there you go, that goes there. And then you want a cheese slope 1x2 on top of that. And then I like a transparent round piece just to represent kind of the extra dangling eye he has sort of on the back of his head. Then on the other one, I just like to use a 1x1 round tile in gray, or a plate if that's all you got. So there's that. That's basically kind of the inside of his head. And now, to build up the actual faceplates themselves, to start off, you want a 1x1 with clip going like that, and then a 1x1 circle plate. So it goes like that. And then you want a 1x1 cheese slope going on there. And you want to attach it onto the bottom. And then for the other side, you're just going to make a mirror image. So there. There you go. And then those can fully open and close. There you go. And then for the upper ones, we're going to start off with the one that goes on the right. So here is a 1x1 with clip. I'm using gray to show some like endoskeleton, but if you want to use white, you can. So then stick that there, and then just a 1x1 plate going on the cheese slope. Then you're going to close that off. And then the other side, it's going to be basically the same thing. Cheese, right, and that goes there. But this time you're going to add a 1x1 brick with a stud on the side. Stick that there. And then you're just going to do, I like this red antenna base, but maybe not everyone has that, or not everyone likes that. So you can also just use a 1x1 round plate if that's just what you prefer. And then there you have that whole assembly done. And then starting on the his eyes, on one side you're going to do a 1x1 with a clip on top like this. And then on the bottom of it, you want a 1x1 round in blue. I'm using a blue with a hole in it, but you can feel free to use a normal one. Then you want a 1x1 with clip going like this. And then you want to stick a 1x1 tile, transparent blue. Basically, this is a good way I found to represent, like, one eye's open, the other one's like half closed. It does stick out a little bit farther than the one that's open, but that doesn't really bother me that much. You can also just have 2 straight open eyes if that's what you prefer. And then on the sides, I just went with 2 1x1 plates with a clip that goes that way. Stick right there. And there. And then, yeah, to the top of the head. Start off 1x1 with clip like this. And then a 1x1 plate in white. Preferably a square one, but if you have the round one, that's all you got, then feel free to use that. And then a 2x3 plate. Stick that kind of on the center like that. And then flipping it over, you want a 1x2 cheese slope going like that. And then 2 1x1 plates. And then you want another 1x2 cheese slope like this. And this is a really interesting technique I found for making the party hat. So first, for the party hat, you just want a green 1x1 cone brick. And then a 1x1 yellow and round. And then a 1x1 with clip going like that and yellow. And stick that there. And then basically you just want a T connector, stick that on there like so, and you want to stick that onto these clips right here, and then you want to slant that down. It actually angles, I want to raise that up a little bit, but basically that angles perfectly onto the cheese slope, and that gives a nice good angle for the party hat. And then you want to take, actually, this clip goes on that side, so there we go. And then you want to just take that and connect it into the center of those bars, sitting right there. And there you go. You have his head. And then finally, just to make kind of a neck, you just want one more T connector, and then connect a 1x1 plate with a clip right there, like so. And then you want to connect the T connector into the two clips, and then just twist that like that. And now finally, we can take his body and stick it on the top. And there we go. You have Ennard fully and utterly completed. And I am just really, really happy with how this turned out. I do love Funtime Freddy, but I just have to say I really think I like Ennard more. He just turned out so accurate to the game. The different wires, the different textures, even with the functional face plates. And if you want, you can actually even twist these out as well. Just the way everything turned out here, just looks so good. So I'm proud of him. I hope you guys liked him too. Let me know in the comment section, how do you think I did on this build? And if you did like this video, then please, why not feel free to subscribe and leave a like on the vid. I do have more Five Nights at Freddy's characters coming out in the future, but until then, that is going to be all for this one. I hope you guys have a nice day. Goodbye.